In this video, I'll help answer the question, is Duolingo a buy, hold, or sell? And stay to the end, I'll let you know what I'm doing with the stock. If you don't know me, my name is Sean Tepper. I'm the founder and CEO of Tykr. If you're new to investing or want to get better at investing, rest assured you're in the right place. We help people buy and sell stocks with confidence. And if you want to see the latest scores on Duolingo, you can join Tykr for free. All right, let's dive in. The first thing we'll touch on is how does Duolingo make money? So they have 5 main revenue streams. Number 1, premium subscriptions. So they have Super Duolingo and Duolingo Max, which are outside of their free tiers. So Super Duolingo removes the advertising, and then Duolingo Max includes AI-powered features, and we'll touch on that in a minute. All right, next up, the second revenue stream would be advertising. This is very similar to different streaming tools out there, and a lot of tools out there where you can join for free, but you're going to see a lot of ads. Well, they really sell those ads to other businesses. Great way and an easy way to make money there. Revenue stream number 3, they have Duolingo English tests. They call it DET. So they offer proficiency tests for organizations including Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, and Uber. I never saw that revenue stream coming, but that's a smart play. The fourth revenue stream would be in-app purchases, very common for video games or mobile app games. And then number 5 would be business solutions. So really offering like a learning management system or education to schools and businesses. All right, next up, let's touch on the latest news. Really just a summary. Their latest earnings report was fantastic. We'll actually get into the financials here in a minute. But the big thing to highlight relates to AI. So there's 2 key takeaways. Number 1 is they are adding artificial intelligence to the user experience, and they will tailor questions to you based on kind of your learning process. So if you're studying for one thing and based on the questions you're answering, they will spit back questions to you very similar to that. So really tailors your educational experience. I think that's a brilliant way to go. Let the tool kind of design what you want to learn. Like based on your behavior and how you're using the tool, they're going to give you a tailored experience unique to you. They're also working on a chatbot called Lily, which is powered by AI. So it sounds like a lot of businesses just using more of these chatbots and simply powered by AI. All right, let's get into Tykr and really get a closer look at the business. We're going to walk through the 7, which is really rolling everything up to 1. You could do hours, if not days of research. This tool is like the easy button. We're not going to click on the 7 right now. We're going to kind of walk through it manually. But if you are curious, we always tell people this, you can go to Tykr.com, go to education, and then down to calculations. You can see the open source calculations that power Tykr. This really just gives transparency on the tool. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to walk through the 7, starting with the summary. Stocks in Tykr are either on sale, watch, overpriced. That's green, gray, or red. Makes it fairly easy to kind of cut the wheat from the chaff. In other words, get rid of the weaker businesses and only focus on the best of the best. So we can see here Duolingo is on sale. And to get to on sale, you need a score of 50 or higher. In the hexagon here, the higher the score, the safer the investment. And you also need a margin of safety of 50% or higher, which is the higher potential returns you can make. So in this case, we see a 74 and a 78. So this is definitely an on-sale stock. Well done, Duolingo. All right, in the middle, we have the 4M Confidence Booster. This just goes a step further. If you want a layer of confidence or another layer of confidence, this is it. And what it does is if we click on this Boost Confidence, we not only look at the math, which is that summary, score, margin of safety, we also look at the meaning, which is how the business makes money and how scalable the revenue streams are. We also look at the moat, which is how the business compares to other businesses in the same sector and industry. And then we look at the management, which is the track record of the CEO. Doing homework on all 4 could take you, as I mentioned earlier, hours, if not days of research. We reduce them down to seconds. And if we go to the next screen, we can see what we're going for. You want a score between 80 and 100, which is high confidence. You want a score between 60 and 79 is moderate confidence. And then anything that's 59 or lower is lower confidence. So if we close this, we can see we're at a 76. That's pretty close to the 80. Getting to 80 is actually very difficult. All right, so let's keep going here. We're not going to get a point here in the middle, but doesn't mean it's a bad stock. Let's keep going. Down below, we have the 5-year returns. Now, we know that past performance does not guarantee future results, but we do want to find stocks that are consistently beating the market. The market usually returns about 80% over 5 years. So in this case, we can see We're at 95 with Duolingo. It's just about matching the market. So it's a high flyer like other stocks I took a look at, but it's still doing pretty well. All right, next up, let's go to the financials tab, have a closer look. Yeah, check this out. That revenue, that's like picture perfect. But the line we care about most, this is the most important line on the financial statements. That's the EPS, earnings per share. It's essentially the profits of the company. You can see here, we have 3 quarters in a row. So we're going to get a point there. We go from 31 cents up to 78 cents and up to 98 cents. This is what really drives that margin of safety. We want to see those profits skyrocketing. If they're flat, you're going to have a low margin of safety. So this is outstanding. That's exactly what we want to see. And the last step in the process, let's go to the earnings calendar. And we can see here, we should have 3 quarters where they're beating the estimates, 3 quarters in a row. We only see 2. We had a miss in February of this year, and then we did beat at 39% and then 65%. That's outstanding. So well done. So in this case, if we go to the 7, I think we're going to get a 6 out of 7. 5 out of 7. Okay, got it. We did miss in the 4M and then that's right, the earnings. Okay, so still pretty good. We want to be, as you can see here, a score equal or greater than 5. So we meet the minimum in this case. All right, so what am I doing with this stock? Well, in this case, I have Duolingo on my watch list. I'm going to keep it there. I have a really strong portfolio, but I do like this business. At Tykr, we actually do use inspiration from Duolingo. I mean, they've done a lot to help people all over the world get up to speed really quick with learning a language. We're trying to do the same thing at Tykr with education focused on investing. So keep up the good work, Duolingo. You've been big inspiration for us, but I'm not going to invest in this right now. I'll keep my eye on Duolingo, and maybe if I sell one of my stocks, I may slip this one into my business, especially knowing that they have grown to 5 main revenue streams and it's not just 1 or 2 like it used to be years ago. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to see the latest scores on Duolingo, you can join Tykr for free. And a few other benefits of Tykr. Number 1, you can know when to buy and sell stocks. Number 2, you can see my portfolio. And number 3, we are connected to about 25 brokers. So in most cases, you can connect your broker, which will automate your portfolio tracker in Tykr. Of course, don't buy and sell stocks based solely on what you hear. Only buy and sell stocks that align with your own personal financial goals. Thanks for checking out this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.